My name is Karimah Ashadu and I'm an artist working across film, sculpture, painting and installation. My work really deals with themes of patriarchy, labour, within a very specific context of Nigeria, where I'm from.
No, please. Please, then we just need to move Navy where you can see. Please, can you move to here? They're eating by Oh, God.
DJ is still there.
Muscle brings a lot of the themes of my practice together, notions of labour, globalism and capitalism, with, the brands, and then also the physicality of the body. What was very exciting for me with the approach for this new work was that I wanted it to sort of walk a fine line, to be quite ambiguous in the way that you read the film and also in the way that it's shot as well. It's a topic that you'd expect to be, quite hard and strong, and I wanted to approach this in a very sensual way with softness. When we look at the works in the exhibition, a lot of it is related to flesh. Got King of Boys Abattoir of Makoko, which was made about 10 years ago in 2015, and that deals with an abattoir right in the middle of Lagos, so, flesh, essentially. And then you've got Cowboy, which is a 2-channel work that's quite meditative and quite measured and deals with a lot of symbolism.
Yes.
And then you've also got Muscle as well, which deals again with flesh, but in quite a different way.
Mi fẹ́ lè sọ pé Ritzy yóò jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn tó fi bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ mí gan. Ó jẹ́ kí ó fún a lot of iyì ló fún mi tèmi náà dẹ̀ ń rí.
When I was shooting Muscle, I wanted to get really, really close to the subject so that the skin would become entirely abstract and you're not actually quite sure what you're seeing. You'd have very close-ups of skin that sort of looks like a map or that's just quite distorted, and that holds you there. I wanted to play around with proximity in the sense of you being drawn into the work, but at the same time feeling repelled and having that tension within you when you're seeing the work, almost wanting to look away, but something keeps you there.
All right then, what I want us to focus on now, Israel, I still want those really, when you're going to go and check the focus, you know how close you get. Mm-hmm. That's what I want.
I find it very interesting that you might not entirely know what's directed and what's observed. There is this kind of play between the two. I love to think of filmmaking in a very expanded way. When I'm thinking about making a work, I'm also thinking about how I'm presenting the work, creating an environment for you to, experience the work, the way that it's installed, and that often extends to creating objects, sculptures. The chairs are covered in a patchwork of recycled sportswear clothing, which, of course, on a global level talks about capitalist structures and our associations with brands. And the guys in the film, although they might not have very much and perhaps what they're wearing isn't authentic, they want to present in a certain way. When I think about masculinity, I consider it as something that's socially constructed. And within that, there's a vulnerability, and I wanted to get close to that. Even the idea of sort of building up one's body is entirely vulnerable because it's not a permanent thing.